Hmm.
2 of my cousins are on their way to Ukraine
Okay, Dark Moon, join me in character creation 2,
Fight?
please.
Or
to fight. I have
okay.
I have 2 cousins that are like ex-Norway military
Yeah.
that are heading to help. One of them is a sniper, and the other one is a explosives expert, who I shit you not, I've seen him use a banana to make an explosive.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun.
So
I still don't understand how he did it.
Carefully. The answer is
so-
always carefully.
speaking of, I have come to the conclusion that either we read the Mayan calendar backwards or the Mayans were dyslexic.
Yeah, it didn't happen in 2012, it happened in 2022.
Yeah.
We were 10 I think we read it wrong, it was 10 years off.
They foresaw the coming of Vladimir Putin.
That or the Spaniards thought, you know, let's fuck with the rest of the world in the future, and they just removed like 10 years of the calendar and put it back together.
Or they ran out of space on the rock.
So yeah, Talon, I have 2 cousins that are heading there right now. One of which has just shaven the sides of his head and has tattoos now on the side of his head.
Kosovo asks U.S. for permanent military base and a speedier NATO membership.
Who did?
Kosovo.
They're like, holy shit, we're next. Fuck.
Sweden, apparently Sweden and Finland are going to join.
Yeah, Sweden and Finland are next.
Oh, I don't know if you've heard what Norway's done, Talon.
What?
Sweden and Finland have given Norway permission to blockade the Baltic Sea with their navy, and all Russian ships are not being permitted outside of the Baltic Sea, as well as any Russian fishing ships that get too close to the Norwegian Navy are being forced to dump their load and return to Russia.
Same thing's going on in Turkey now.
And here's another great thing, Talon. Norway, Sweden, and Denmark are working to get all of the naval fortresses in the Baltic Sea operational again.
Yeah. Yeah, they've been working on that for a little while now. The Northern Lights became a thing.
Yeah, but here's the thing though, Talon. They've sped up the process in doing so, and I think if I remember correctly, there's like 13,000 fortresses in the Baltic Sea.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Apparently they have a quarter of them done, and they're expected to have half of them done before the end of the year.
Wow.
Well,
I mean, nothing like war nerd speed of progression.
And Talon, here's another great one. The prime minister over in Norway has given permission to the Jägerman Corps that any men who wishes to go and help the Ukrainians are relieved of duty and may go and act as they wish.
Yeah.
As free people.
So
half of the Norwegian Jägerman Corps left to go and help the Ukrainians, and then apparently over half of the ones that were retired are also going to help the Ukrainians.
Yeah, same thing's happening here.
So,
a shit ton of U.S. veterans headed over there, and the French Foreign Legion did the same thing.
Yeah.
Apparently, an entire I seen the number earlier. It's like over 60 or 70 like ex or current Jägerman Corps operators are heading to go and help the Ukrainians.
Yeah. That's why I find funny. It's like before in World War II, it was the British who had, the massive multinational army. And in 2022, it is the Ukrainians.
Alan, imagine being an 18-year-old Russian conscript, looking out and seeing foreign nationals waiting in line, ready to shoot you.
Yeah.
I know that I'm just worried about. I know one thing. I'm worried about my 2 cousins that are going over there, but at the same time, I'm proud of both of them. Especially, well, that's the thing though. One of them is a Norse pagan. The other one is he doesn't care really. But the one that's Norse pagan is literally going over there, and his whole reasoning for going over there is honor to the family, victory or Valhalla.
Yeah.
And he's taking his own rifle.
The Swiss, awesome. The Swiss might freeze Russian assets.
Oh, they already have.
He took
half the Swiss banks already are.
My cousin, who is an ex-sniper in the Norwegian military, he is taking an M1A Garand that he owns that belonged to our grandfather with him to Ukraine.
Very invested in the Ukraine situation.
He took a wood burner to it and has carved Nordic runes into it.
Whether you're watching Task Force streams, it's going to be something.
I'm a little surprised he's not using a what is it, M41B?
It was the only one he could get his hands on too quickly. Talon, our grandfather had a lot of M1A Garands left over from World War II.
All right, all set now. Thank you. That longsword thing was just me testing.
Yeah.
He said that he's mainly taking one of the M1A Garons that our grandfather owned over there with him because it's a piece of our grandfather he can bring with him.
Did you hear that the Ghost of Kiev might be getting an upgrade?
Did you hear about the Reaper of Kiev?
Yeah. So the Ghost of Kiev, I think it was the Swedish government is sending him like
Polish.
Is
Is
it Polish?
So the thing is, there were talks to send him an F-15, but since he's
No,
used to flying a MiG, you can't exactly give him an F-15 expecting to be an expert at
That's
it.
why I thought that
Poland is
Sweden was giving him a Griffin.
I haven't heard that one, but I do know that Poland is sending him an upgraded version of the MiG that he had.
Yeah, because I heard that he was getting a custom Griffin from Sweden.
It depends on if that flies the same as a MiG, because
the Griffin flies like a more responsive MiG.
Okay, because I was about to say, because it's kind of like with how Germany was wanting to send. Germany wanted to send him an F-15.
We're gonna start here in a bit.
But you kind of can't do that because that guy's used to flying a MiG, and you can't expect him to be an expert at flying a F-15.
No.
Are you in the launcher right now?
Yeah, the Griffin handles a hell of a lot more like a MiG than an F-15 does.
I'm off tomorrow.
Yeah, Talon, I have my wife burning incense and stuff, giving offerings so that hopefully my cousins come back safely.
I will
had all day
get on that as well for you.
You spent it on poop.
I appreciate that, Valkyrie.
Some days I feel like
priorities need to work.
I need to grab my lovely 338 that is behind me in the closet and go.
Was anyone else like awake when the invasion first started?
Yes.
I was.
Yeah.
Not me, but guys.
So
I was about to steal.
We're waiting on Drake.
Fuck, I'm trying to find these photos, Talon.
Right.
Drake should be coming soon.
So some custom patches have been made for the guys in Norway that are heading to go and help the Ukrainians.
Yeah.
They're going into the war with a patch that has. They're
as
going
fast
into
as they're stumping his legs.
So, Talon, they're going to go. They're apparently the Norwegians that are going to go over to help the Ukrainians fight are going over there with patches that instead of having only the Norwegian flag, it has half Norway, half Ukraine flag on it. So that if they do fall in combat, you can tell where they're from.
I don't know. Y'all.
Yes.
I'm being assaulted by a small person. They're kidnapping me to the laundry room. I will be back shortly.
It's
Drake.
Drake.
It's Drake. He needs to do things, and he's kidnapping me because I insulted him.
I didn't know that Drake was short.
Oh, he is absolutely tiny, a manlet, if you will.
How
I will
tall
be
is
back.
he?
Now I want to know how tall he is.
A manlet, okay.
Google how tall is a manlet, somebody.
Well, that's also cousin Painter, so it could be definitely skewed.
Yeah, he could be like 6'4".
Yeah. Well, I mean, how do I forget how to change my image here.
On D&D Beyond? Or Roll20?
On Roll20 for my...
Go to your character sheet and hit the edit button.
I already did that for that. It's my token
for the
out
bottom?
Here.
I don't even... I have those turned off.
You have to change it on your character sheet, I believe. On your character sheet or
in the
your
bottom
account
right,
settings.
you can go between your different ases. I have as Sergeant, as Jal Bjornsson, and two different pictures.
Where's the person that I'm friends with?
Oh, Connor. Connor no longer has a voice, so he will not be joining us tonight.
Yes.
I offered if he wants to use text, but he declined, stating that he simply wanted to go to sleep.
Yeah, he's pretty sick.
Gotcha.
Like Rona sick or?
Hopefully not Rona, but he's been complaining to me for like the past week that he's had a fever and a cough and a sore throat. So.
Russia's following their forces with mobile cremation so that it'd be harder to count the casualties because there won't be as many coffins.
Yeah.
So the war crimes are already starting.
Oh, they started day one.
Oh,
that was
you haven't
hour
heard
one.
the news. So the Ukrainian guys that have been helping make the anti-tank spike things that are going in the streets.
Yeah, the cantrips.
They said, well, you know what? Russia's committing war crimes, so fuck it. They started making the hidden blade off of Assassin's Creed and handing them out to Ukrainian citizens or civilians. And here's where it gets worse. If the blade, they're telling the civilians when they hand these blades to them, saying, aim for the throat if you get close enough to a Russian soldier. Even if they don't actually kill the Russian soldier, as long as they cut them, that Russian soldier is probably dead because they have poisoned the blades with nightshade.
I mean, Russia went out of its way to commit war crimes, so
what the Ukrainians do as counter argument is justified.
So
Apparently also the wells and other areas that are controlled by Russia at the moment. Whenever Ukrainian civilians or soldiers were fleeing those areas, they poisoned the water wells.
Oh my god.
Which is apparently also slowing down Russia's advance because all the gas stations that they would have been able to use, apparently they were pouring sugar into the fucking giant gas tanks.
That's
So if
great.
Russia tries to use the gas pumps, those things aren't going to help them out very much.
What they think they're gonna invade and just use the gas on the way to Kiev?
Right?
I mean,
that is a failure in logistical planning.
apparently that's what they thought because they're running out of fucking gas.
They ran out of gas 2 days ago.
Does
Did
Russia
you see,
realize that they are fighting the descendants of the Cossacks?
Right?
No.
Did you guys see the Ukrainian farmer who hooked his farm tractor up to a
Dude,
Russian
yes,
tank
yes.
and
Stole a
started
tank,
towing it
yeah.
towards the border? He's like, fuck you, you're coming with me.
Yeah, he just stole a
I got a better
turretless
one.
tank on the side of the
I got a
road.
better one. Do y'all hear about the gypsies?
No.
Yes.
The gypsies stole a tank.
Of course they did.
You
Have
said
you seen the,
Romanians crossed the border and stole a tank?
Have you seen
No. So there's different types of gypsies, yeah. But a group of Russian and Ukrainian gypsies banded together to steal, I think it was like 7 or 8 Russian assets.
So you know that city that Russia took and then lost?
Yeah.
Apparently there's a video that's popped up and it showed like 2 Russian tanks, an APC, and 6 Russian tanker trucks heading through this, the main street of that town.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you just see these people on the rooftops stand up and start just chucking Molotov cocktails and set every one of the vehicles on fire. Which you just start seeing Russian troops abandon them, and they lost 6 tanker trucks in the span of 5 minutes because of this ambush.
Yep.
And then,
They're not
Talon,
protecting
I seen a fucked
logistics
up
either.
Dude, I seen a fucked up video earlier
Russia
on
did
TikTok,
not think
and I
this
tried.
shit through.
I just seen a fucked up video on TikTok that earlier today that I can't go back and find because it got removed. But it was a Ukrainian guy who's speaking very broken English, and he says, "Hey, you want to see something cool?" He aims the camera. You see a couple of Russian tanks sitting there. He gets closer. You can hear the guys inside of it speaking. They have the hatches open. He said, "Hey, watch this." He shows the Molotov cocktail in his hand and says, "Hey guys," and you just sit here and see him throw it through the open hatch of the tank, and then hear the screaming of a Russian soldier. But I just thought it was like, I know it's probably fucked up to say this. I just thought it was so funny because it's just like, "Hey guys."
Did you guys hear about Georgia's response to a Russian warship?
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, it was asking to refuel, and it said, "Russian warship, we will not refuel you. Go fuck yourself."
Yep. There is a couple of Russian ships that have run out of fuel and are stuck floating in the Black Sea.
Like
paperweights.
It's literally amateurs talk tactics, professionals talk logistics.
Yeah.
Right.
And
They think
Russia
they're just gonna
used
walk
neither.
in and you're just
Experts
gonna
talk both. Tactics and logistics.
Russia used neither. They thought, oh yeah, it'll be a lightning quick war. Russia, do you remember what happened last time you guys said it would be a lightning quick war? You lost how many things to Finland?
So apparently, if Russia does not take the capital in the next 10 days, they're going to run out of money for this war, and be forced. They're going to end up having to peace out with Ukraine. And it's not making it any better since I don't know if you guys have heard what's been happening, but so you know how Anonymous has been hacking Russia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've been stealing millions of dollars from the Russian government And they even went as far as to attack Vladimir Putin's personal bank account, and they donated millions of dollars to LGBT.
Yes. Okay.
The millions that have been stolen from the Russian government. My bad, Valkyrie.
No, go.
It's apparently it's being donated to help the Ukrainians.
Yeah.
Good.
Rebuild.
But like, does anyone think that he maybe just did not have two brain cells to rub together when it came to this war? He was just like, I'm gonna do this, and no further thought beyond that.
One brain cell said invade, the other brain cell said nuke, which is why one of them turned the key today.
Yeah, that's true.
A Ukrainian official asked Elon Musk for Starlink, and Elon Musk put satellites over.
Right?
Yeah, Ukraine has Starlink internet right now.
Because technically, Russia can't take out Starlink satellites.
It's a civilian.
No. Yep.
It's a civilian thing. It's also technically American owned.
So apparently, here's another big thing. Russia is possibly going to lose their seat in the UN, the council in the UN, because they threatened to take down the International Space Station.
Really? That's where we draw the line?
That's really not a threat because we're discontinuing it in 10 years.
That's true as well. But if they lose their council seat over that, that's great.
But like that's where we draw the line, invading a whole ass other country just because they wanted to join NATO. That's not kind of a red flag there.
Been, you know what?
Dude,
there's a lot of people that have came up with a perfect solution to the whole Russia having a seat in the UN, and that is we take away Russia's seat and give it to the Ukraine.
Can we do this, please? Can we do this just to see the look on Putin's face?
I gotta sit on this council, but not granted the rank of master.
Does anyone find it weird that Putin invaded the Ukraine on the exact day that the Nazi Party was formed back in 1920?
No, there's a reason he's also threatening. He also threatened Finland and Sweden, and they both just laughed.
It's
I
really
think the whole world is just laughing at him right now.
It's so fucking stupid to me because like he sit there and said like, oh, we're invading the Ukraine to denazify them. Their fucking president is a Jew.
It's the death rattles of a losing empire.
But Sarge, again,
the final death
he said
of the USSR trying to reestablish its life support.
It's not gonna happen.
Here's the thing. Like again, the fucker said that Ukraine was full of Nazis and led by a Nazi. Their president is a Jew. He is the last person I think would be a Nazi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, wasn't Hitler as well?
He had actually no, if I remember correctly. If I remember correctly, he had relatives who died during the Holocaust. Like their president had relatives who died during the Holocaust.
Here's the thing though. Putin, I think, is former KGB.
Yes.
He is.
Well-known fact.
He is the KGB boss, technically.
So he probably still is in the KGB if we think he's former.
Yes. Fair assumption.
I will say this. I do find it funny because apparently Russia's delegation in the UN has apparently apologized for Vladimir Putin's invasion of Ukraine, saying he couldn't find any justification for it.
Ukraine's been taking down street signs and direction markers
and replacing them with signs that say
"Go fuck yourself."
Yeah.
Did you guys hear that?
That's gonna be like the battle cry.
That's gonna be the most iconic.
There's gonna be people running up to tanks, just going, "Go fuck yourself."
It's gonna be the most iconic, just catchphrase of 2022, of just go fuck yourself.
Russia getting kicked out of the UN, and you know what, Russia? Go
fuck yourself.
And one other thing. Fuck you.
I mean, that's okay. Technically speaking, if Russia loses this war, it gives the UN plausible cause to have Putin arrested on trials of war crimes.
How long does it take to get laundry out of the laundry room?
So I will say this: I do find one of the people that's involved in this war, even though she did absolutely nothing but just give out sunflower seeds. It's the old lady.
The old Ukrainian lady, yes.
It said, "Here for when you die. That way, beautiful flowers will bloom."
Yeah, it's also rumored that she was the one who was in the car the Russians tried to run over.
No, they said that was an old man.
No, it was an old lady. They've done it a few times.
Yeah, they just continue to do it. They're bombing hospitals and shit too. Like, there's no fucking line.
No.
This is Russia we're talking about. There never was a line.
I can't wait for them to get. I can't wait for Putin to get thrown in the Hague.
Quite frankly, there needs to be a reverse scorcher policy when it comes to Russia. Burn everything they own and don't stop even past Moscow.
That's a
Burn
hell of a
everything,
point to walk in on,
salt the
damn.
fucking earth, fuck you, and the horse you rode in on.
Yeah,
I
Drake,
mean,
first thing I heard. Burn down everything the Russians own.
I do have 2 friends that are from Russia. So,
Okay,
I mean,
but it's not Russia's fault.
I mean, the Russian
military
people
has
don't
Apparently,
want.
that needs to go.
Nap already has 2 cousins who are going there right now.
Yeah, I have 2 cousins that are on their way to fight.
The Russian people don't want this war, which is why for the last week, the police from St. Petersburg have gotten overrun by mobs.
Do you not select anything?
The Russians have destroyed the AN-225.
Are you going to get this
cargo plane?
call?
Oh yeah, the
yeah,
ghost of CPM shot down an AN-225. I forgot about that.
No, they destroyed it in its hangar. The Russians destroyed it in its hangar.
Oh, I thought no. It was right. The Russians destroyed it because the Ukrainians were closing in on it. It's a Russian plane.
What plane was it?
It was. It's a Ukrainian plane.
Oh, was it a Ukrainian one?
Yeah.
I thought because it was
the Antonov 225, that world's largest cargo plane, is a Ukrainian plane.
Okay, I thought the one they destroyed was a Russian one they didn't want falling into Ukraine's hands, but
Ukraine shot down quite a bit of Aleutian 76 cargo planes.
Yeah. What?
Oh, I can't come, guys, but I'll stream on Twitch to Pixie Hearts Gaming.
I don't think that's Connor.
He's not streaming. I am. That's me.
If so, Valkyrie.
Yeah.
If you want to use my cousin's names when you're making that offering.
Yes.
They are Håkon and Vidar Trollbert.
Done.
Oh my god, you have like actual Norwegian cousins.
Yes.
I mean, Daka, I'm from Norway.
Yeah, Nep was born in Norway.
As hard as my
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you were just like Norwegian.
No, I was born in Hammerfest, Norway.
Oh, well, shit. Okay,
it's just my first name always throws people off, and so does my last name, considering the fact that because of me living in the U.S., they removed all of the fucking Norwegian lettering whenever we moved here.
See, Nep, whenever I first looked at you, the first thought that popped into my head was, oh my god, he's a long hair. Then I thought there's no way that could be that way. Because I'm from Alaska myself, and we called Norwegians long hairs. And you look exactly like them, and it threw me off so badly.
Well, now you know why.
Now I know why, yes.
Yes.
Why do you want fucking hot dogs?
What the fuck?
Beef Franks? Oh, did you mean the fucking underwears?
Wait. What is the US doing? Why are we trying to make China pay for close ties with Russia when China turned on Russia?
Because y'all are like 3 days behind.
Because Biden is the fucking president. He's retarded.
Well, at least he hates Russia. At least I'm happy with that.
Hey, you! It's actually going through tonight.
What is?
There's going to be a peace talk tonight between Ukraine and Russia.
There actually is a stream going on.
Oh yeah, it's a nice necklace.
Medallion.
Maybe we should start.
Yes, let's get started.
We are still waiting for
invading Russia or the game? You meant the game.
Both. Oh my god.
Invading Russia.
Either or is fine with me.
Glory to the
ancestors. You know.
Glory to the ancestors.
Oh, whatever's the most opportunistic. Yeah.
All I'm saying
it
is,
seems like invading Russia is the more opportunistic one.
As I'm,
glory to the ancestors. Invade Russia.
So what? We need like 7 plane tickets, 7 rifles. We've got.
It really is. I would like to point out you've never did that successfully, though.
Perfect try for round 3.
Russian winter is always
round 10. Everyone's tried to invade Russia. No one's actually succeeded.
Norway has never tried invading Russia. However, Russia has.
You're on the other end of the fucking
I said
mountains.
Norway has never done it. Anyways, Russia has tried invading Scandinavia and failed horribly.
Yeah.
As they do with most things. Yes.
Technically speaking, Norway, when it was a part of the Swedish Empire, did invade Russia and technically won.
We don't talk about that.
Winning
Guys,
from
we don't wanna-
technicality, the
we wanna
best
go
kind of win.
support
Look, we don't talk about the hit part of history where Norway was part of Sweden.
Just go to your local Ukrainian embassy to join the fight.
The Ukrainians have an embassy here?
Yeah, there's one in the US.
That's
Keep in
literally
mind-
Yes.
that's
I
literally
didn't
how
know
you
that.
we're
join Ukraine.
still
That's
They
literally
we're
what
literally
they're
still
saying.
salty about the
If you go to your Ukrainian embassy, they will arm you. They will send you out.
Wait, really?
They will give you a
I-
flight over to Ukraine and give you free AK.
Yep.
I will show
Oh,
up
shit.
with. You hear me? I'll bring my own gun. I'll show up with my my car. I'll show up with my
Like
car
how-
98.
That is the most
Like how
American
everyone was pissed
thing
off about the
I have
possibility of
ever heard in
conscription,
my
but everyone's
life.
willing to volunteer.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, no
'cause
one's been
it's-
forced to do something. Well, when
Yeah.
it's your choice.
That's the complete
Yeah.
difference.
Valkyrie. How many viewers do you have?
I don't know. I know Connor's in here. One of my other friends is in here.
Okay.
Okay, so
So
you're
the
in
pot-
here. 4.
Right, yes.
Intrigued
Total of
by
four.
The things that we're here to
geopolitical
do. Yes.
The party has gathered. It is time.
Time to
When
start
we last
stop
left
talking
off-
about invading shit. Let's
I would
go.
like to roll to summon a tornado and send us all the fucking Kansas.
Roll to send us all to Ukraine.
I roll intimidation.
Against the tornado! That's not how that works.
So, the party was making its way out of town. First, you guys attempted to go through the west gate, but upon spying a Murderel standing in the crossroads,
Big fucking murder
absolute
hobo, yes.
slaughtering everything, you guys turned around and ran the other direction.
As we should.
As we have reached
best
the
parties
location
do.
marked with the Poiple X.
Don't say it like that.
What, Poiple?
Poiple?
No,
Not
do
bad.
not.
Poiple?
Poiple.
Silence!
Kill you!
Do not sully the English language with your fucking Bostonisms.
Okay,
Yeah,
I won't
it
say
wasn't
purple
Boston,
like
it was
that.
New Jersey, okay? Oh, good God.
Moving
Someone
on.
has just pinged me and said... Hold
I
on.
just realized that Valk's been streaming for 30 minutes, which means the stream is her. She's been streaming over everything we've been talking about.
Nobody in my stream cares. They are used to this clusterfuck. Believe
First
me.
of all, I don't know anyone here.
So, continuing on.
For legal purposes, I don't know these idiots.
As the party, when we last left off, had reached the location marked with the Poiple X. So, as the rest of the party is making its way down the street, dust flies out of one of the alleyways. Part of a timber frame goes flying across the street, and you see two people come out of the alleyway, their backs to the main road. The first one is a man in a multicolored cloak, and you all watch as, in a swift, fluid motion, he sends two throwing knives that he seemingly pulled out of nowhere, flying down the alleyway. You hear a roar that by this point you're all familiar with, and he continues to back up. Having thrown his knives, his hand goes to the walking cane that he was carrying, and with the swift motion of the wrist, reveals a rapier that was hiding inside of his cane. The second figure narrowly dodges out of the way of the Trollocs axe, and you watch as he quickly closes the distance, sort of spinning around the axe as it moved past him, and raises some form of construct made out of wooden steel. He places the end of it against the Trollocs' chin, having gotten that close, and with a loud bang and a flash of smoke, the Trollocs' head is no more. As they finish what they were doing, and the man in the multicolored cloak retrieves his knives, they notice you.
Yes, I can! Fucking hell!
You're alive again.
Ah, fuck.
Hello there.
My cat stepped on the power button on my fucking computer.
Did you miss that whole introduction of 2 characters, Daka?
I got
I
as
think
far
he
as
did.
apparently now there's guns, and then I died.
Okay, so you heard most of it.
Yes, without the end. Yes.
Basically, they retrieved the one man retrieved his knives, and they noticed the party.
Wow.
Right. The cart does not. It canters to a bit of a slower pace, and he moves. He shifts the cart to where it's coming up alongside them, and as he starts to roll by, he shouts, "Get on or walk alongside."
Remember, Doc, you do have your own wagon.
Yeah, I'm driving the wagon.
No, not you, Daka. Dark.
I have my own.
Is it with you currently?
They just so this is the inn that you were staying at.
Oh yeah, I need to put up Roll20 again. Whoops.
So you're right next to the inn that you were staying at, Dark.
I thought we were farther away. Okay.
Well, remember you turned around and went back.
Right.
So Darkmoon does have access to his wagon. He just it's a simple matter of retrieving it.
Well, John, Earl does not know this.
Nope.
I'll be right behind you. First thing he does, he checks his gun to make sure none of that blood got on it. It's like, I'll be right behind y'all. And then he stows.
All right. Don't take too long, and Burrow will come to a reluctant halt and unsling his longbow.
Leo, the gentleman with the unique construct, runs back down the alley and gets back to the inn. He had already had his things hooked up, or his horse and wagon hooked up. He was planning on leaving that night. Then all hell broke loose.
As it tends to.
So what he does is he comes. Mind if I try to draw here?
Go for it.
I'm gonna be drawing something in red. He comes back down this alley right here behind y'all with the horse. About 2 minutes later with his horse and wagon.
Okay. When Burroughs sees this, he swings an arm in the general direction of where he's heading and then snaps the rein and moves off at a brisk, almost gallop.
Leo is right behind him.
Okay.
I am also right behind them on my warhorse. I have kind of let the 2 carts go ahead of me so that I can put my larger creature behind them, because I'm better probably further back from the fight if there's going to be
one. Right.
So, I'm just going to assume the Gleeman has slung up into one of the carts.
Most definitely, but none of you noticed.
Gleeman?
Yes, he's a Gleeman.
Fuck is that?
I'm a performer. I'm an artist and an entertainer and a killer, but we don't talk about that last one.
Oh, we've got the party's bard, guys.
Oh, no.
damn.
All right, time to castrate him. Well, we'll have that conversation later. Right now, Burl is focused on the road.
Yeah, we can have that conversation when we're not dead.
Half a village.
Yeah, that might be a good idea. Okay, Mr. GM, DM, KM, KKK, we move on.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
A little too far there.
Yeah,
Escalated a little too much. All
Trying
right.
to get Valk banned, bro.
What did Doc
Just ignore that last bit.
Don't
I
worry
just came
about it.
back.
If you missed it, it's perfectly fine.
Did he come back on that?
Yeah, I came back to everybody freaking out, going like, "Oh, Doca, that's too far. What the fuck did you say?"
You don't need to know.
I think I do, considering you fucked up.
No, it's good.
No, we're good. We're good.
The carts, the wagon train, continues moving on.
Does anyone? My apologies for interrupting. Is there anyone alive nearby?
I mean,
like
as
people?
far as you can see down the street, it's a pretty even mix of bodies.
Oh God! So there's no one alive to like haul into the cart or anything.
I mean, there's the sound of screaming. There's the sound
I'm not drawing attention to us. No, thank you.
Smell of smoke.
Nope.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, Burrow hunches his head, hawks to the side in regret. Again, kind of weird, but snaps the reins a bit and then goes into a bit of a full gallop as they approach the gates.
As you begin to approach the gate, there is a group of guardsmen holding the line. Having noticed your cart, your series of carts, I should say, coming toward them, the guard captain leads a breakthrough and opens a corridor large enough for you to fit the carts through.
Okay, we saddle on through. As we do, Bro would like to twist around and look behind him. Does it look like they're gonna survive?
No.
Most definitely not.
How many Trollocs are they fighting exactly?
There's about 10 of them.
Almost as gonna say, yeah, they're fucked.
So it's 10 Trolloc to, we're gonna say, about 20-25 guard.
Okay.
They do, however, have archer support from the town walls. So they have that going for them.
Is this a fight we want to involve ourselves in?
Hell no.
It's okay.
Fuck these people.
Bit of metagaming here. I realize it's a really bad idea, and I know this is a really shitty thing to pull in the first quote unquote session. I'm thinking, okay, Burl sees this. What would he do?
Oh no.
Yeah, I know. No one wants to hear that. Give me a
Last time,
right on it.
You were saying, Talon?
Over the time, bro can see Leo pulling out that pistol.
tears the top off a cartridge and pours the powder and ball back into the flintlock.
Yeah, let's not.
I don't know. There's only 10 of them.
Only
10.
That we are down a player tonight.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's right.
We are down the magic woman.
Yeah, we don't have a healer.
And her companion.
We don't have her, and we don't have the warder that goes with her. Yeah.
They are still traveling with you, but they will not be.
We do have the two of you, so that's a nice replacement.
2 barbarians.
And wouldn't we also have the 25 guardsmen and the archer support?
2 barbarians. We have 1 barbarian.
Okay. Further metagaming. Why don't we put it to a vote?
No.
That was quick.
That's 2 against. Very firmly against. That's a yes.
Not against it.
My 3 companions also say no.
Yeah, that doesn't count, Sarge.
Okay, well, first of all,
Me and
I'm
my
against
horse
it because
both vote no.
Oh, God damn you!
Doc, I vote against it because I'm not at full HP.
Oh, you're not even gonna fight anyway. You can stay in the car, you fucking wimp.
I'm not at full HP either, so therefore it's a no.
You're a barbarian. Doesn't even matter for you.
I have less HP
You're
than
a
you
barbarian who's missing 2 HP.
3.
Sarge, you're missing. Okay, Sarge, you're missing.
Oh,
3.
yeah,
I'm
big
missing
fucking deal.
half. I'm missing half.
What am I?
That's because you started dead.
So that's very much
That's
like
'cause
3
you
against,
started
2
dead.
for, and then
Oh
like an
my God.
abstention or something.
Okay, look, that's because Talon loves to start me half dead.
Okay, well,
Okay,
the
so
vote
that's
sounded like a
definitely
no.
3 against and 3 for. Yes.
What?
Sure.
Sure.
No. I think it was 4 against And 3 yes.
It was 4 against.
Okay.
The majority vote is no.
Ah, goddammit.
Leo is going to at least shoot at one of the Trollocs as they
Cowards.
You are using a flintlock pistol at range.
Don't.
Why does he get a flintlock pistol?
That
Burl twists around, cracks the reins again, and then sends them off into the mountains of Miss Forest foothills.
Look.
At all available speed. Tries to put the sound behind him.
So, to give
there
you
are
some
no wolves
context
here.
where he is, no, there's no wolves there.
Stop with the fucking wolves, for fuck's sake.
You guys have traveled out of town and about here-ish. So heading straight toward the mountains.
Wait, where are we at?
Just to the west of Braylon, yeah. Not on the road, but toward like the mountains, the base of the mountains, yeah.
We are definitely off country currently.
Yeah.
Wow.
We'll say that in your plight, you got a little lost. Yeah, you're about you're heading off into the woods. As you do so, you do hear the sounds of Trolloc as they follow you.
Oh, lovely.
They
wonderful.
seem upset that they lost you.
Good. Get fucked.
Go fuck yourselves.
As you are
Sweet, draw them right towards us.
As you're making your flight through the woods, the sound of the Trollocs suddenly turns. There's yelps, there's bellows of fear and pain, accompanied by the howling of wolves.
Well, that's
Well, I'm not going to look fortunate in the throat.
Can I try and contact the wolves?
You can try.
Can I ask if they are Trolloc hunting?
They are hunting.
Can I ask? Well, no, they wouldn't know how far that way they are, would they?
No, they have no concept of distance. All you get from them is that they are hunting, and that you suddenly have the urge to join them.
I want to hold back on that urge since I did have the bloodlust earlier.
Okay. Upon hearing this, Burl swirls a hand in the air and then lets go on the reins a bit and slows to a steady trot. He's not willing to draw further noise to himself since they're distracted.
He
continues on his original course. But
Okay.
sorry,
I don't think you would know that they're distracted since I didn't say.
You would hear the howls, though.
We can hear it.
Yeah,
we can all hear it.
We can hear the wolves.
Yeah.
Well, those are good sounds.
Burl says nothing, but tightens his hood a little bit.
Yeah.
So,
there's the sound of Trollocs. I'll take wolves any day.
The Trollocs are dying by now.
Yeah. Wolves are jealous of their territory. I don't want to stay here any longer than I have to.
They won't attack us.
Not gonna ask how you know that. Just keep down and keep quiet.
So you continue on your way through the woods. It's almost midnight by now. The moon is high. It's bright, but only bright enough that 2 of the party members are able to see. You know who you are.
Yes.
Yeah.
As you continue making your way up into the mountains, you eventually find this shelf. It's sheltered from above. It's flat, and there's wood on the there's wood surrounding it. Essentially, it's a small little cavern. It's a shelf. You can no longer hear the sounds of Trollocs. All you hear is the sounds of the wind and the bugs. The wind is picking up, and you, Nep, are able to smell rain, as well as you, bro.
Oh, there's a storm coming.
Yeah. Burl canters to a stop
as good a place
and
as
wait.
any.
Yeah, it does. Burl canters to a stop and stands up in the front board, using his height to peer around in the darkness carefully. Right. Well, I don't see anything. I don't hear anything. This is as good a place to stop for as any in the night. All right, everyone. Dismount and get inside. I'll bring the carts around. And then he'll sit back down and wait for everyone to dismount.
So I will jump off my big ass warhorse and grab the reins and find somewhere to secure it.
There's a nice tight cluster of trees where you're pretty sure he shouldn't get too wet.
I will take him over there and secure him to the trees, where he will be safe from the storm.
Okay. So as you said about setting up camp, the wagons are sort of positioned in a V to sort of give shelter into the shelf itself. Everyone make a survival roll.
Nice.
I thought it was a nature roll.
No, this is survival.
Which one's that?
Survival.
The barbarian rolls the best.
Labeled as survival. If you go to your character sheet, it should be. There you are. If you go down to see where it says a list of skills, survival is the very bottom. Yeah. Okay.
I would also like to say that Leo follows the example and hitches his horse close to the war horse.
Okay. So, in order, Burl and Jal set up a pretty decent camp. They have a couple little fires going, and as you come to learn, Jal is a surprisingly good cook.
Damn it!
He turned what little rations you had, and what little others that those of you who rolled a 13 or a 12 were able to kind of quickly gather from the surrounding woods, into pretty decent meal. There's assorted roots and berries, and then some kind of stew of. You're not entirely sure what type of meat was used in it. You can only assume it was either some form of dried ration, or someone had managed to find a rabbit real quick. Meanwhile, Mika, with the only 11, managed to gather together just some extra firewood and whatnot, bundling up toward the back of the shelf to keep it dry. So there's about 4 campfires spread out. Everyone is sort of in little groups of 2 or 3, setting up bedrolls around each of the campfires. And at the center, there is a singular cook fire that someone has put a iron pot on and made the stew that makes up your dinner.
Okay. So that would be, for our purpose, that'd be 1 day of rations.
No. 2 of you rolled high enough to gather that rations was not needed to be used.
All right.
Okay.
So you'll tell us when we need to take stuff out of our inventory.
Basically, yeah.
Who rolled high enough?
Yeah.
The barbarian did.
As did
me.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a little surprised some of you rolled as low as you did.
Most of you have survival as high as I do, and you rolled terribly.
I have the lowest positive.
Look at the dice.
I have the lowest bonus, and I got the highest roll.
No, he doesn't. No, you don't. The lowest bonus goes to Bubble with 1.
You did it.
By the way,
you are a wiener,
Nathaniel. You can change to roll as your character, next to the send button, see the drop down menu. You can click on your character name, and it'll let you roll as your character.
Doing all right there, buddy?
Yeah. Just trying to keep. I have my own issues with sinuses and whatnot going on, so I'm trying to keep from coughing and whatnot. Probably gonna pop a cough up real fast.
Okay.
Okay.
Dark. I'm trying to think of how you would roll it. Because you didn't put it in your actual thing, did you?
What?
How would I have you roll for crafting for the night?
Good. I should have it. I probably do not have that on my thing.
Not on Roll20 anyway.
No.
Alright, we'll have to add it later. So just go ahead and roll me a d20.
Alright. Oof. 1.
Oof.
Oh.
Tonight you decided that you weren't going to try to tinker anything. It's been a long day and you're tired.
I was hoping to at least maybe. Oh well.
Okay. Right now we're at the end of the day and everyone's kind of quiet.
Everything is quiet. Everyone's settled down around their campfires. We'll say that you've all finished eating that night's stew and are settling down for the night.
Okay. Was I able to fit the carriage and the horse under the overpass, or do they have to dehook them?
So, your horse has joined the other 2 horses in the cluster of trees, where they'll be mostly dry but still able to graze through the night. And the 2 carriages, as I stated, are making a sort of V at the front of the shelf.
Okay. After a moment, Burl slurps down the last of his stew, stands up, and mutters, "I'm taking first watch," before making his way over to the carriages and slinking into one without another word.
Okay.
Will this be a rest in which I can regain HP?
Yeah, this is a long rest.
Yeah.
Nope, you get to suffer.
No.
You get nothing. You get nothing. You get shit.
It might be a long rest. Doc, you roll me a d20.
Oh, God. How? Wait, I don't get any advantages? It's just a standard d20?
We'll make it a wisdom. Roll me wisdom.
Oh, no.
Not much better, but I'll take what I... Wait, saving throw or?
Just wisdom.
Just wisdom. Okay. Don't fail me now, dice gods. It's good. Okay.
No one has blood on them, do they?
No.
No,
I mean,
no.
obviously the barbarian does.
I'm not counting him then.
I'm pretty sure he was on top of a Trolloc corpse at one point.
Oh, he's fucking soaked in it.
I don't have to do a saving throw, do I?
No, you're fine.
Okay, good.
Roll to not try to nibble on the barbarian, which would be a bad idea in any circumstance.
He made me do that once before, just so you know. And I failed, and I nibbled on the barbarian.
It was not that I was covered in Trolloc blood last week.
So, okay, nice. To give some context to what Nep just said. Nep was playing a vampire. He was pretty new to being a vampire.
It was the first night.
He failed his saving throw to resist the hunger and drank the blood of the half-orc, half-dragonborn barbarian.
That didn't end well, did it?
Oh, it did. He never woke up. He cast the self.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
The barbarian woke up the next morning wondering why there was 2 small scabbed over holes in his neck.
Okay, that's lucky. God. Shit.
It's okay. The same barbarian later ended up joining forces with him.
Yeah.
Ha! Nice.
And the other edgelord.
And that is how 3 of these 7 deadly sins met.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
We had wrath, lust, and I don't remember what the other one was.
Gluttony.
Gluttony. So yeah, we had Wrath, Lust, and Gluttony all
It
together.
was Satan, Asmodeus, and Beelzebub.
Yep.
Right
Except for it turns out Wrath was very effective against somebody that was level 20.
Yeah.
That was a
He
fight we didn't
basically
expect.
he got an action surge, like a quick time event action surge, and it was kind of funny. Anyway, moving on. So Taka, as you're sitting there taking first watch, you begin hearing something softly. Not enough for it to bother you, but you hear it.
Okay. Can I make out what it is?
You're not entirely sure right now.
I'll twist around and look at the camp behind me.
Are you attempting to pay attention to the source of the sound?
I'm trying to find where it is.
Okay, so your ears, after a while, adjust, and it's sort of coming from off to the side.
So it's definitely not coming from any of the people behind me.
No, around the side of the shelf somewhere.
We never decided who takes second watch.
I'll take
I would
it.
do it.
Wait, hold on. None of you are awake yet.
Well, I was gonna say Almas would, since he has a high perception.
So Almas and Mika will take it at the same time.
Yeah.
Good enough.
Okay, Burrow will hop down from the cart and wave those two over, since they're awake. He'll... I gotta go take care of business. I'll be right back. And he'll slink off into the woods.
Out of character, I will take third.
Okay.
So I will take my bow and move to one side of the opening of the shelf to cover, I'm going to say the left half. If you want to take the right half, that way we are covering both directions at once and nothing can sneak up on us.
Sure.
So, Daka, as you... Okay.
I was just going to try to see if I could hear anything deeper into the forest.
Not at the moment. So, Daka, as you make your way around the side of the shelf, it gets a little louder, and you notice what you swear looks like carved stone, almost in a staircase pattern, going further up the mountain.
Burrow will come to a stop, almost a stumble, shake his head a bit, and then look up the path, trying to see how far up it goes.
It doesn't just go one direction, it kind of curves along the side of the mountain a little bit. And from what you can see, it looks like after about maybe 50-ish feet, it stops on another shelf.
Burrow is going to continue up the steps.
Okay. As you begin going up further, you become more and more convinced that there's someone singing.
Oh no. This again.
Sarge is like, I know where this is going. But that's metagaming.
Burrow will pause every now and again to kind of try to refine where the source of the noise is, shake his head. Every now and again, he'll kind of hesitantly look back at the shelf, nod when he realizes, or when he sees nothing is too amiss, and then continue moving towards it. There's an odd sense in the back of his head. He probably shouldn't be doing this, but yeah.
As you reach the top of the stairs, it's a decent-sized flat spot. You would estimate probably about 50 by 50. The strangest part about it is, it's unnaturally circular. As you investigate the stones around the edge, you begin to question if this entire shelf is made of worked stone.
Okay. Does anything else about it seem strange? Does it look like there's structures?
I mean, not quite. Like, you can, like, as you investigate some of the more jagged edges to it and whatnot, it looks like there had been walls here at one point, and the walls had been broken and weathered down, and there's some of the stones have this deep charring to them.
Earl will gently run his hand down one such place.
You can feel the grooves in the stone from where it's almost like there's two different types of stone worked together into one. Something is holding the bricks together. As you step away from the wall and approach the middle of the area, you feel a slight tremor. I need everyone to roll perception. And I need everyone.
Do you need us to re-roll our perceptions?
Everybody rolls perception.
Got him.
Oh, god damn it.
Hey, I got a nat 20.
Nice.
Jesus Christ.
Do I?
So, everyone.
Of course, I don't fucking notice.
Everyone but Ibram, Burl, and Leo wake up.
Wait, I'm already awake.
I know.
So
those of you who aren't awake, wake up. And those of you who are, feel the tremor. Followed by a loud crash from further up the mountain. Burl,
Well,
you feel empty space below you.
Oh no.
And upon hitting the bottom, you feel nothing.
Oh, shit. Well, nice session, guys. See you next campaign.
You're not dead.
Yet.
Roll me in acrobatics.
You're only mostly
Oh,
dead.
God. Thank you, Valkyrie. I appreciate it. Oh, God. You just had to pick the one. Why can't it be athletics?
Okay, you can do athletics. Either one works.
Thank you. I thought it almost fucking mattered. God damn you, dice gods.
So, it's not enough to save yourself, but you don't die.
Oh, God.
You, at one point, managed to grab onto a ledge shortly after falling, but because of the rain, you lose your grip, and something hits the back of your head, and the rest of the party has to fight.
Shit. So I'm very much unconscious right now.
Yes, you're unconscious.
Shit.
Luckily for you, you have a guy that can smell you.
Mika and
I don't know that.
The Gleeman, oddly enough, are able to tell exactly where the sound came from.
Let's go.
Mika finds the stairwell pretty quick, and having informed the rest of the party, and I'm hoping woken up the sleeping assassin and
obviously
the tanker.
Just kick them in the ribs a couple times, they'll wake up.
Almost going to point out that the other person driving the cart's missing.
Yep.
Yeah, he never came back. We should go find him.
Would I be able to smell where he's at, Talon?
There's really no need. Like I said, two of the party members have already, Mika has already found the staircase, and two of them, both Mika and the Gleeman, were able to identify exactly where the sound came from.
Okay.
They're both assuming it came from up the stairs.
Leo takes just long enough to light a bloody torch.
Smarter than the rest of us.
He just produces a lantern.
Well, no, he's got torches on him.
You have a lantern.
There's some people who
Yes.
don't need it.
Oh, well, damn. Yeah, I got a lantern then.
Remember, you are an inventor. Everyone else has torches. You have a lantern.
I don't have a torch.
That's because you're poor. You don't count.
I don't need a torch.
Belongings in an ambush and fell into a river for like a week.
I mean, I also don't need a torch though.
So the party, under the lantern and torchlight, make their way up the side of the mountain and eventually find an odd sight. Parts of it feel like stone, but it looks like broken glass. The ground is broken erratically at points. And glancing down, you can barely make out the bottom of the moonlight.
About how far down is it?
It's probably about a 40 to 60 foot drop.
A long ways.
Crow is the only one with night vision.
Should we tie some together and see what we can get down there?
I've got a 50-foot rope.
I also have a 50-foot rope.
I volunteer as tribute.
Well, then instead of 2 50-foot ropes and this random guy jumps down.
I have a question. Would I be able to climb down if I pass
no, it is.
You're not a mountain goat.
Like, you can make out what looks like where there used to be floors and landings, spaced out probably about every 10 feet. Theoretically, you could make it down safely, but you'd be pushing your luck. However, Nep, looking down, you're the only one who can spot Burl lying amongst the broken. You can only call it glass, like some kind of black glass.
Hey, I found the missing guy. He's down at the bottom of this.
Mission accomplished. Let's go home.
We can leave him there.
I'm sorry, is that not the right answer?
I don't think he's dead. It looks like he's breathing.
The wrong answer.
I mean, it looks like he's still breathing.
I would say that Nep, from here you can smell fresh blood.
Oh, he's bleeding. He's a bleeder. Oh, wait, do I got...
I just love to imagine that you just said that in character. Oh, he's a bleeder. Oh boy. Oh wait, can I?
Can I eat him?
Everyone looking at him like, what the hell?
What's wrong with you?
If you're a cannibal.
Just like, how about let's wait until we make sure he's dead first.
I'm not a cannibal. I promise.
Good.
So the party ties together. We're gonna say like
what's the
3
ETA on that shit?
We're gonna say the party ties together like 3 sets of rope. So you have 3 100-foot ropes going down.
It's 3.
I only have a 50-foot.
Yeah, it's 350.
That's what I'm saying. There's enough of you to do 3 sets of 2.
Okay.
So you have 3 100-foot ropes by the end of this. All going down at different points. And Nep just trying to billy goat his way down.
I'm just waiting for him to slip and
Slip, fall, break his neck, you know.
The first people going down, we know one is the Gleeman. Who else is going down first?
I'll go.
Y'all.
Hey, so the first 3 down are the Gleeman, the Viking, and the Mongolian horse rider.
Do I need rolls?
Nope, it's a rope.
I pressed that by accident. I was trying to go over to a different tab.
So the 3 of you work your way down, and having called up that the bottom is safe, but that the rope was getting a little slippery. The 3 of you can either wait for the rest to come down, or you can simply move to collect Burl.
I'm gonna move to collect him.
Yeah,
but
move to collect.
Before I do, I want to do a medicine check, just to see if just how bad his injuries are and what we're gonna need to move him safely. And that's not good.
Am I already down there?
We'll say the rest of the party has made their way down. Yeah.
Okay. Can I also roll a medicine check?
No.
I
will say this. Dark, go ahead and roll yours first.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. My medicine?
Yeah. Did you give yourself advantage in it?
No, I did not.
Do that. Remember, you have the ability of potions and poultices on your side.
All right. Advantage. $18.
That's
Wow.
actually, so, from your perspective, he's not in any danger. It looks like at one point he clipped the back of his head on one of the ledges. It's not bad. The bone's not broken. It looks more so that he just got pretty nasty cut. You're able to bind it and bandage it and use one of your little poultices to ensure that he's not going to get some sort of weird head infection.
He'll have a scar, but he won't die.
Joe, I believe you said you were investigating the walls, correct?
Yeah, I was looking around the room to see if I found anything.
Running your hands along the walls, go ahead and roll me perception. We'll go with the advantage one. So mainly because you're not really looking, you're feeling. You feel all sorts of carvings in the wall. They feel like letters. And at one point, you can trace the outline of what you're pretty sure would be a mural. The one thing that you know for certain is that it looks like something exploded in this room. Like, the walls are charred. And the walls are made of stone.
How much light does a lantern give off?
It should be like a 20-foot of seeable, and then I want to say another 10 or 20 of dim.
All right, well, I'm going to go ahead
It's
and
almost
add
enough to illuminate the entire area.
I've got what seems to be writing and
hooded
stuff on the walls over here.
First off, quick thing: is it a hooded lantern or a bullseye lantern? Because those give off two totally different spectrums of light, or not spectrums, just two different types of area.
We're gonna go with the hooded.
All right. That's so I have it in my inventory.
You also have enough oil on you to refill it 4 times.
Okay.
But once refilled, it will burn for about 10 hours.
All right. Well, after making sure our wounded member is safe, I bring the lantern over so we can actually see what's on this wall.
So, it's rather faded, and like I said, because the walls are burnt, it's a little hard to see. But you can make out the looks like a faint red coloring, and the inscription of what looks to be a wolf's head. I think maybe one of you can read the writing on the wall.
What is it in?
It's the old tongue.
Oh, I can read it.
Yeah. So Nep is literally the only one I think who can read it.
I can read it, but I'm not.
I've got a language I have not equipped yet.
Can I read the writing on the wall?
On that one.
Dark, we'll work on getting you that because you are sort of a scholar. Eventually, you can. Well, we'll say for now you can read like.
You.
Yeah, we're gonna say Dark. For now, you can read bits and pieces of it, but not like you're not fluent.
I didn't mean to
I
do
don't
that.
know what my thing just did. We're all just trying to figure out what languages we speak. It's fine.
Anyways, Alan, can I read the writing on the wall?
You can. It's going to be very similar to what it said the first time we were here.
I wasn't here for that.
It wasn't
right,
here.
you weren't. You were the.
I wasn't here for that, Talon.
The writing on the wall. The writing on the wall, states, "Here lies the great horde of Monetarian, the last stronghold and our final bastion. Here lies the land in which our greatest treasures lie."
Would I know what Monetarian is?
Yes, Monetarian is the old king. It's one of the old kingdoms.
Okay, so I would know what that is. Okay.
Yes, it existed during the Trolloc Wars, so you don't know exactly about it, but you know its brief history.
But I know that it's significant.
Yeah, it was one of the major players in the old wars.
Okay. Almost is just gonna sit there and stare at that, surprised that something this important has been found by accident.
Jal, give me a strength check.
This is gonna be the one time this fails. I'm gonna be pissed.
If you destroy this wall, I will be very upset with you.
Can I do a strength one?
I can do it as well.
The one time I need to actually roll high.
It's fine. So Jal, make me a. We'll go athletics now. Okay, so you trip over a piece of rubble. You manage to catch yourself. And as you reach your hand out to stabilize yourself, you don't break the wall down, but your hand pushes a crumbling old piece of brick out of place.
Does the door open?
It doesn't. The door doesn't open, but shining your torch through it, you can see that there's some kind of passageway behind it.
Break
I start trying to dig my way through, open up the hole more.
So everyone else who wants to join on and helping him do that, you can. That's gonna take him a while because he got a 10 in strength. So if anyone else wants to make a strength check to help.
Can I do athletics?
No, he was the only one who had to because it was just to see if he fell through the wall or not.
Oh.
Man, I'm not getting good rolls tonight.
Neither am I.
To be fair, you're a dex build, so.
That's true.
Are you talking to me or her?
Her.
Me.
I was about to say, technically, I'm dex as well.
Yeah.
And
but you still have a 5 in strength.
9.
No one's rolling for strength.
As all of you begin slowly digging through the wall, piling the stones off to the side, you eventually get it to the point where you can all attempt to crawl inside. It's enough to move the wounded through and get him out of the rain. I'll put it that way.
My question, is it drier in there?
Yes.
I just didn't press that by accident, my bad.
Inside, the architecture is similar to what it was, except there's no charring. The walls in here are pristine. They're a little dusty, but you can still make out this almost silver glint.
So Monetarian has been perfectly preserved.
Kind of, just this little part of it.
This part, okay.
Yeah. The walls are still white. The same as they were when they were first quarried out of whatever marble quarry they came from. There's doors and passageways. Some of them have long since collapsed. But the important part is, as you enter here, dark. Honestly, you notice it. You notice strange-looking constructs on the wall. They look a little similar to your lantern. But inside there's no way to ignite them. There's no gas. And inevitably, finding no other way out but to crawl out with the wounded man, you guys simply settle down here for the night and finish passing the night through. The next morning, Daka wakes up. So Burl's awake. He comes to lying on the hard stone ground of this passageway.
Can I ask a question?
Okay.
How much HP did I recover overnight?
It's 3 hit die, I believe.
A 3 hit die?
Yeah. So you have to roll your hit die, and that'll tell you how much you got. And your hit die, or sorry, not hit die, your HP die.
Okay,
so yours is a D12, yeah.
God damn it!
You get to roll 3 of them. You get 3
Oh.
per level, and they restore on a long rest. So you got 13 back.
That's not bad.
No, I'm joking. It's a long rest. You're back up to full health.
Welcome back to the land of the waking, big man.
Brill slowly, groggily opens his eyes.
I'm just gonna have left Burl alone, bleeding, while I went and just explored Monetarian.
No, you all settled down by the entryway for the night. You didn't want to get lost.
Okay.
Why not? Getting lost is fun.
Well, I mean, I
because
could
you
have
weren't
my way.
sure how long your torches were going to last for, and this is true dark, so Nep, you can't see in here without some form of light.
Oh.
It is void of light. Your night vision does not work.
Damn.
What is this place?
Monetarian.
Ruins from the look of it.
This is the kingdom of Monetarian.
I thought Monetarian was a material, like for making armor out of.
Mithril.
Mithril.
I don't think that. Wait, does Mithril exist in this world?
Probably. Just
okay.
It's
I have a 0 in intelligence, so I'm just playing it off.
No, this is
Let it play.
this is what's left over of a kingdom from the Trollic Wars, Monetarian.
Daka. I feel like Daka's mic broke again, and he's
God fucking damn it!
Man, Burl was just sitting there like in awe, just like the fuck.
No,
are you
I was waking up and talking to y'all. Y'all were talking all over me, and I thought I was being ignored. No, okay.
No, we didn't
were
hear you
ignoring
at all,
No,
man.
Burrow groggily comes awake, and the first words out of his mouth in kind of a slur are, "Did anyone get the brand of that horse that ran me over?"
You fell down in a hole.
What? Oh, shit. Right.
Because you've woken up, you hear the singing again.
Son of a bitch. Do any of you hear that? And he'll frantically start hauling himself upright. That fucking singing. That's the reason I'm here. Did none of you hear that?
I thought
You
Burl
must
heard
have a
fairy.
concussion.
Should we
I
run
don't
a
have
perception
a
check?
God's damn concussion.
You're hallucinating.
Where the hell is that coming from?
Girl, it's coming back through the hole that they dug.
Ah, God. It's coming from in there. And he'll jab a finger at the hole.
So
all that's in there is writing.
As Beryl frantically scrambles his way back through the hole to prove his
he's
point.
like crawling, getting up to his knees, kind of half stumbling through it, head spear in both hands, wild-eyed.
All of you
Does anyone
somehow
else think the big guy might be losing it?
So, what all of you somehow missed last night in the dark and the rain was the 3 chests sitting in the center of the room.
He'll come to a standstill.
We walked right past 3 chests.
Did any of you see that? Like, do you all see this, right?
Yeah.
We were a little more
Okay,
we were a little more
good.
worried about you.
So, there are 3 chests there. One is marked with a black flame, one is marked with a wolf's head, and one is marked with a leaf.
And I approached the one with the wolf head.
Burl will throw out an arm at that. Yeah, I don't think we should touch those.
Are you
Burl,
sure?
the singing is coming from the wolf-headed one.
Can I please open this one?
No, because the singing that's in my head is coming from that fucking thing. None of us are touching it.
I'm opening it anyways.
No!
Doctor, roll me an athletic. Or an acrobatics, sorry. Roll me an
I'm
acrobatics.
gonna stab this stupid wolf bitch.
Roll me an acrobatics, bro.
Acrobatics?
Yep.
What the fuck?
That it was athletics.
Go with it.
Oh, athletics. Fuck you.
I'm heading for the leaf chest.
I'm going for
Not that it helped me. Fuck.
So as you throw out your arm to stop Mr. Wolf Boy, your hand brushes against the wolf-headed chest, and with an audible hiss and a click, it opens.
What the?
Can I look inside of it?
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna look anyways. I'm
No.
ignoring you.
Burrow shoves your ass to the side.
Are you sure you want to try this?
Yes, I'm not letting you anywhere near that shit. As far as I'm concerned, it's cursed.
So, a couple of you are able to see inside from where you're standing. There is a bundle of silver cloth. There is something in there that one of you would have a semblance of an idea of what it is. And there is a small dagger marked with the symbol of Melkier.
All right, all of you back the hell off and let me see what the hell's in this dang thing. And at that, Burl will crouch half protectively over it with his spear kind of hovering by his side as he reaches an arm inside.
Oh, it's gonna eat his arm.
So, Burl, as your fingers brush against the silver cloth, the cloth snaps to life.
The hell?
You're holding your spear in your other hand, correct?
Yeah.
It unfurls itself, revealing a silver banner with a red wolf's head on it, and it makes its way up your spear.
Whoa! Whoa!
Your spear.
Oh! Bro,
Does anybody else see
lurches
this?
to his feet, holding his spear out like he's holding it by the butt, by both hands, kind of wildly shaking it.
I
the spear,
I am
the banner would be back and
very
forth like,
hard
what?
time believing it.
I'm sorry.
Really nice.
God
is crawling up the spear.
That's a really nice banner.
It from what you could tell, the banner was not made out of any known cloth, but instead felt metallic in origin. Yet
Okay, can I try to grab the banner?
I mean, you can.
Burl is currently like
waving his spear around, so at your
yeah,
own
like I'm a hazard to everyone around me at the moment.
I'm just gonna look at the banner to try and see if I recognize it.
I'm gonna take several steps back so I don't get hit by this waving spear.
Oh, is it wait? Outside of character, is that actually like is that what the banner is described as looking at for Benethrin?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
that's
a
cool.
Silver banner with a red wolf head.
I didn't know that. That's really cool.
Okay, so what do I roll in order to try to grab the banner?
I would say don't until he calms down.
Okay.
Speaking of which, Burl, you watch as the banner stops waving and simply wraps itself around the spear.
Burl comes to a stop with the spear held pretty much above him, and he suspiciously, hand over hand, brings the spearhead down towards him and kind of palms at the banner a little bit, kind of poking it.
It feels like you would expect a banner to feel like, except made of metal. It molds under your finger. You're able to press against it and watch as your finger sort of makes a divot appear.
The hell?
But it stays furled.
I've seen some interesting things in my time, but that takes the cake.
Now, Dark Moon.
Moving flag.
Yes?
Roll me an insight.
Oh, that's actually something I think I'm decent at.
That one.
8.
Okay,
I work on 18.
If you want to re-roll it, I'm gonna let you re-roll it.
I was about to say, damn, the noble knows more about shit than the what are you scholar?
That's a little better. Either way, I mean, I'll take either one. Inside the box, you spy a construct made of steel. It doesn't look like. I mean, it looks similar to something you've thought up, but nothing that you've had the ability to make. In fact, it almost looks like a longer version of what you carry on your hip.
Yeah?
There's no ramrod. There's
Yes.
no...
it takes him a while, man.
Hello?
Hello? Yeah, I hear.
Okay,
as you approach it and lift it up, you're not entirely sure how it works, but you suspect it is some kind of firearm. Except, unlike your pistol, which is made of wood and steel, this one seems to be made almost entirely of steel. And some odd, smooth material that you don't entirely know what it is. Which, outside of context, you know how hard it is to try to describe a polymer plastic without describing it as a polymer plastic?
Yes.
One second, I am turning on my camera because oh fuck, I took it out already. Never mind then. I was about to say, I'm probably out of character. I think I'm holding a rifle, aren't I?
No.
Like a...
Would you like...
It sounds like
Talon,
a pistol.
may I tell him what he's holding?
I mean, if you want to, yeah.
You are holding, and I shit you not, a particle rifle.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, you're holding a motherfucking laser gun.
Well, damn.
Yeah, like no. Seriously, canonically, that's a laser gun. It exists.
They're called thunder cannons.
Yeah.
Thunder lancers.
Yeah.
Can I have permission to open one of the chests too?
So, to give people context of the world that we're currently in, the Wheel of Time takes place in the far future of Earth after some ridiculous catastrophe has happened.
Yeah, I think you did tell me. You did mention that before.
Yeah, like this is Earth, but several thousand years in the future, and oh yeah, there's magic now.
Yeah,
and God and Satan are technically real, but they're not called that, and they're also technically yin and yang. It's a little confusing.
So essentially, what you're holding is a particle blaster.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Now this takes the cake.
While all this is going on, I'm able to open the chest that has a leaf on it.
No.
Damn it.
No matter what the rest of you do, the other chests do not open. Unfortunately, due to a character change, one of the chests cannot be opened yet.
Yep. Now that he's calmed down, Burl will step back over to the other chest and reach in for the knife while eyeing the object that the other man pulled out. Hey, be careful with that thing. It looks kind of weird.
Talon, what did the third chest have on it? One of them had a wolf, one of them had a leaf, and the other one had what?
A black flame.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Do either of the other chests have keyholes?
Nope. None of them had keyholes. There is no
randomly open. Okay.
There is no hinges.
It opened because I touched it accidentally.
It looks like a solid, just box of some silverish material that none of you have seen before. Nothing you do can scratch them. Nothing you do will open them.
Other than
what was the last thing in that?
The last item in that chest was a small knife, dagger, really, marked with the symbol of Melkier, which I believe only one Bardic member now can recognize, which would be Valk's character.
Okay.
So Melkier, Valk,
yes,
was so you can all see the map, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Go to the very top of the map to Seldia, Kandor, Arfel, and Shinar.
Yeah.
Above Faldara. You see that little country there?
Yes.
The Tarwin's Gap marked off. Can you read the little name in between the mountains?
Melkier.
That is Melkier. It was an ancient borderland kingdom that fell relatively recently, like within the last 100 years, the kingdom fell.
That is pretty recent.
Actually, I think canonically it's only been about 50 years since the fall of Melkier.
Yeah, 60.
About 60 years, yeah.
My old character picture is over the Wheel of Time.
So you have heard of this kingdom. Every Borderlander has heard of this kingdom. It's sort of like a folk tale or a fairy tale amongst the Borderlanders of how somewhere out there is the last king of Melkier. The Shaidar. Wait, no, right? Yeah, Shaidar? Shaidan? Am I saying that right, Drake? I don't remember.
Daishan.
Yeah, Daishan. I had it backwards. So the Daishan, or the last king of Melkier, it was the greatest of the Borderland kingdoms. It put up a fight for the last 1,000, 2,000 years, and it was an annual thing amongst the Borderlanders to go join Melkier at the Battle of Tarwin's Gap to sort of fight off the hordes of evil. And when it fell, the Banner of Legacy fell to the Kingdom of Shinar and the Marshal of Faldara. So every Borderlander knows of the Kingdom of Melkier. They remember fighting in Tarwin's Gap. Some of them still fight in Tarwin's Gap. So to you, this is a symbolic piece. It is a piece of your history.
Obviously be slightly in shock by this and kind of cursing under my breath in whatever language I would naturally speak, which I'm assuming sounds a lot worse than what I'm actually saying. Somewhat
Common.
like German.
But most of the kingdoms just speak common.
Okay.
With a few exceptions.
Yeah.
I thought this was a fairy tale. What is it doing here in a hole in the middle of the continent?
This is not a hole. This is... I don't remember the name of the...
Considering what I hit on the way down, I'm pretty sure this used to be a tower. It is now not a tower.
Now it is a hole in the middle of a continent.
A very deep hole in the ground.
It is ruins of an ancient city.
Not a city.
A whole lot of rubble.
I'm pretty sure this wasn't a city. I'm pretty sure this was something very different. As it is...
I mean, outside of where we're currently standing was most certainly part of some city that belonged to Monetarian.
Fort, maybe. Too small to be a real city.
But how is this banner here? This banner belongs in the Borderlands. It does not belong here.
The dagger belongs in the Borderlands.
Whatever this place
is. The banner is mine. That's Monetarian. That dagger is very much not. I really don't know, considering that I poked it and that chest opened and none of the others can be opened. I really don't know what to tell you. Well, I have no use for a knife. Keep that.
Strange magic is what it is.
Very strange. Also, you, the one with the strange lantern, or strange contraption with the other very much stranger contraption, could you not touch that, please?
I mean, he is the most qualified person to use it.
It's also not yours. Give it.
Dark, give me an investigation.
You do not get to keep everything that comes out of this chat.
I'm the one who opened it.
Dark, give me an investigation.
With me?
No, Darkman.
16.
That's actually pretty good. So, having been studying it for a while now, before Daka went on his rant, while Daka was going on his rant, you have identified a trigger, some form of loading/unloading mechanism, as well as where the projectile comes from, as well as what you can only referred to as sites.
That's a lot.
Well, he does shoulder it for a second.
Burl is jabbing a finger at the Mongolian woman and then looks over to see this. And another thing.
I would suggest you take your finger from out of my face before you lose it.
That's not very
You
polite.
get to keep the knife. I get to keep the banner, which is obviously mine. And that weird. Where are you pointing that thing there, bud?
He's just pointing it off at a wall away from the others. Safety first.
I was gonna say.
I'd rather you didn't touch that at all.
Firearms.
Pointing it at what remains of the rebel
I'm
pile.
going to pull the damn trigger.
No, don't pull the trigger. Do it.
He doesn't even know what it can do. On a certain
I'm gonna
level,
leave the room.
like, as much as I want to test this, the rational side of him is like, do I really want to find out what this thing can unleash?
Please, you're a scientist. You know you want to pull that trigger.
Please.
In the interests of
I
science.
slowly back up behind him. That way I am out of harm's way.
I'd like to roll to wrestle it from him.
I'm going to get out of the room.
So
I'm gonna go find something else to
just
steal.
kind of back away from this whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, he just once he sees what Daka's character is about to do, he just like he eases it away from him and like, I will be honest, I am tempted to see what this thing can do, but it is indeed rightfully yours. I advise you to let me train you on how to possibly operate it before you go and use it. And he
Burl, who all of a sudden feels very self-conscious and is shaking his head as the incessant humming is not getting out of there, coughs awkwardly into his hands as he holds the other one out and apologizes, or rather, mutters, "Yeah, thanks. Sorry about that," under his breath.
It's fine. Honestly, this is close to something I had been working on making, but this is far, far beyond what I had come up with.
And for what I've seen on you, you're a bit of a strange kind of fellow, at least with machines.
You're one to talk.
We are all.
Yeah, I don't hear that from wherever the fuck you disappeared to.
I'm just outside the room, but I still heard what you said.
Bitch. Sorry, you were saying?
Yeah. He just looks around like, we are a strange gathering of fellows. He hands him the
Yeah. Fucking tell me about it.
Now the question is, do we want to stick around here longer, or do we want to get back to our carts and find civilization?
Lower will jerk a thumb up at the hole above them. I don't know about you, but I don't fancy climbing my way out. And considering everyone else has already fucked off into that hole we just came out of, let's go find out where they're going. See if there's a way out through there.
Hey, Zach.
Yes.
Can I check to see if the chests are mounted to the floor, or if we can bring them with us?
You cannot move them.
Shame. Okay.
So I'm gonna kind of take my shiny new Borderland dagger and put it on my belt and start following everybody else.
So, everybody, roll me an investigation. And before you roll them, actually, I'm just gonna put a little, so I know where the gap was.
Wow, I did shit. Why?
It'll take me a bit.
Doing
Anything
shit.
below my line was going to be counted.
1 second.
Okay, not horrible.
Wow, I did dreadful.
I suck.
Investigation, you said?
Yeah, investigation.
That
sucks. I have a question. Why is it rolling?
Oh, God fucking damn it!
Why are we all sucking at this?
So
I'd like to spend a fate point to get us all rerolls.
No.
Can I punch the weave in the face?
You have a party member who can do that.
Wait, what?
What?
Which one?
We don't need to re-roll.
Yeah, we do.
Wait, who is it that can do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone has the ability to do Bardic Inspiration.
Oh.
That is a thing, isn't it?
Can I do that like infinitely, or is there like a limit to how much I can do it?
Oh, it's a Bard thing. You can do it.
Oh, well, okay, let's do that.
Do a performance check, and if you roll high enough on performance, they all get inspiration.
Cool.
Do we have to re-roll, or can we abstain?
Holy shit!
Get a re-roll, guys.
All right.
Yes.
So anyone who rolled below a 15 gets to re-roll.
Yeah, watch me rolling that one.
God damn it! I rolled lower that time. What the
Oh my
fuck?
god, this fuck you, Dice God!
It gave me the same number
Fuck
twice.
you, Dice God!
It gave Doc
Okay.
a little better. So I think
Oh my
two
God.
of you, one of you did better.
Jesus
One of you did
fucking
better.
Christ. Talon, fuck you for cursing.
One more person gets to find out what it is.
So,
Oh my
as
god.
Daka, I will say this: as you step through the hole, the banner
Yeah, you can.
unfurls
Yes.
again.
Yeah.
And the strange contraptions that the tinker had been investigating the night before suddenly turn on.
Oh, fun.
The
Fuck you,
room
me
is
turn on.
the corridor is filled with a soft yellow light.
The fuck kind of sorcery is this?
Each of the wall sconces, or each of the what you guys had thought were lanterns last night, begin emitting light. But there's no heat. Just light.
Light bulb.
Burl
Dark,
will poke the banner again, and then
Dark. Because you
himself.
rolled high enough on your investigation, upon investigating the lanterns, you see what you think is some form of small piece of copper running between two, running in the middle of them.
Fascinating.
The copper is glowing, and that is what is emitting the light.
Really fascinating. We really.
Well, apparently this here banner thing has some tricks.
By the way, the banner has refurled.
Ah.
It's jumped on.
Neat. Everyone else is creeped out by that thing moving, right? That's not just me.
No,
Oh,
that's creepy.
Yeah.
So,
okay. Good.
That is
good,
indeed
good.
creepy, but
I find it interesting. I don't really
honest,
find it
I am
creepy.
fascinated by what it is doing to the surrounding.
I just find it very interesting. I don't really think it's creepy.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm a performer. I see weird stuff all the time.
I like the symbol on it.
Right. Yes.
Now that there's light, can I go start looking around?
I was actually do that. So the first discovery to be made, is made by Janarin. You find a working door off the side of a corridor. Inside of the room, you find a skeleton sitting on a chair in front of a desk. On the desk in front of him is an old leather-bound journal. The pages are worn and yellow, and some of them crinkle when you pick them up. However, the writing on the pages is still legible. What you can only assume is the skeleton turns out to have been a male channeler who survived the breaking.
Good. So
He survived 300 years before going insane. And in the journal, he notes that he's pretty sure it will be his partner who kills him. That his other half will be the one to strike him down before he goes mad. As you read further, he's talking about how he placed a couple of objects here to aid someone in the future after what he simply alludes to as the source is cleansed, and that it will lead them to the laboratory.
That piques Leo's interest.
There's also mention of that. He's afraid some of the creatures from the laboratory will be mislabeled or mistreated in the centuries to come.
Are we being read this, or is this just being shared to the one?
So Drake, you said you could read Old Tongue, right? Drake?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, Drake could read it. This was Drake's. If he shares it with the class, he shares it with the class.
I'm gonna pocket the book.
Okay.
I poke at the skeleton with my staff.
It falls apart.
I am greatly disappointed.
Dead man.
In the corner of the room, there is a bed, and at the foot of the bed is a chest.
Can I try to open it?
You can. There's no lock on it. It just opens. Inside is some clothes that have been riddled with holes. You're amazed that they are still there. But at the bottom, you find some strange coins. You've traveled around the world. Well, the known world. You've been from the Air Domain to even Mayan.
And have I seen these before?
Never seen these coins before.
I pocket them. They're probably worth something.
Okay, next up. The next person to make a discovery will be Jal. Jal, having continued wandering down the corridor, finds a door made of metal. He can see through it, through the window on it. And inside of that room appears to be some form of armory.
I try to get in.
Nothing you do puts a dent on that door.
Is there like lock, key lock, or anything?
Nope. Just an odd pattern on the floor in front of it.
Huh?
Have I seen the pattern anywhere?
You haven't looked for it, but it does feel a little familiar. Just hear Daka munching in the background.
Right?
Crunch, crunch, crunch.
I love how well timed that was, though. You feel like you've seen that pattern before. Crunch, crunch.
Figured you should get a hint, you know?
The next discovery is Mika's.
Ooh, what do I find?
You end up wandering into this large room at the end of the corridor.
Please tell me.
There's a balcony.
Just hears a bleat.
There's a balcony above it. Like above you, I should say, having wandered into the middle of the room and turned around. So there's a balcony. Looks like there were a couple of, like, it was a strong point at one point. You can see the remains of what you can only assume were ballista up top.
Ooh.
None of them are complete, but a member of your party can make a complete one out of what is there.
Hey, Tinker.
Yeah.
Come look at this.
Fix it. Fix the thing.
Fix the thing.
It's what you're good at. Go.
It's what you do. Fix it. I want one. Mount it to one of the carts. We may stand a chance.
Mount to the back of Daka's car.
Yeah.
At the other end of it is a large gate with no handles. However, the same strange symbol is on a raised die in the middle of the floor.
I'm going to
I roll to see if I
approach
can
it.
begin reconstructing this thing. Or what do I need to begin to
Did anyone else just see Hydronius start talking about an old...
Yeah.
Why is he posting in the...
Because he has no voice. Like, at
No,
all.
no. He's in one of the roleplay chats.
What?
He doesn't have a character or nothing. He's in one of the text-based roleplay chats.
I don't know. He's in my chat, too.
Oh, why? Yeah, why is he in eternity?
I don't know.
Delete. Delete.
Anyways, where were you at?
Hold on.
Telling to go eat somebody.
So, there are two interesting little divots that you found in the ground so far with the same pattern.
The fuck?
Was that a hiccup? Or was that a yawn?
It was a yelp.
Who just yelped?
Yeah, he's doing something.
Okay, so.
Can I go try to find Valkyrie and the others?
You can.
Will I succeed?
They're just at the end of the hallway. They're not that hard to find.
Ah, okay.
All right, so next up is Almus, I believe, with a discovery.
Yes.
You, having decided to check out some of the other doors that the rest of them had ignored, you find a couple more bedrooms and whatnot.
Okay.
Roll an acrobatics. So as you open one of the doors, you quickly jump out of the way into the side, drawing your sword as you thought you were about to be attacked. But lo and behold, a armored skeleton falls out from behind the door. You can only assume that he had been braced against the door in death. And you notice about 8 or 9 arrows sticking out of his head.
Oh. Easy for target practice.
Next thing you notice, the skeleton is not human.
Oh.
It's large and the head is horned.
That's Trolloc, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Peeking in the room, you end up finding another corridor, but the end of the corridor is collapsed.
Okay.
Or sorry, the middle of it is collapsed. You're not entirely sure if you can dig through it or not. But you suspect that given enough time, something might be found there.
All right.
Did you set an alarm?
And last but not least is Burl. As you begin making your way down the corridor, Burl, first you pass Jal, who is very intently staring at this pattern on the floor.
Does his presence open the door?
No, not quite. Bro, you kind of recognize the pattern on the floor, but you can't place where you've seen it before. You just sort of absent-mindedly tapping your staff or your spear on the ground like you do when you're trying to think, and just accidentally stick it in the hole. It just kind of slips in there.
Nice. Burl glances down, very carefully does not put his weight, and then looks over at Joel and says, "Hey, why don't you go put your hands on the door, see if you can't push it open."
Okay.
He pushes on the door and it does not open yet.
Burl sinks his spear into the hole and twists.
As you twist it, you hear an audible click.
I push the door harder.
The door opens. Because you were pushing harder, it just kind of slides open, and you fall through.
Boy.
Burl
Inside is
stifles a chuckle and walks
expecting. It is a small armory. With you see more rooms at the back of it. Some of the doors are open, and you can make out what look to be guard quarters. There's a mess hall off to one side, and its own little kitchen.
I look for a better battle axe.
I know what you want, and you're not getting it back yet.
Damn it! That's all I was wanting.
It is not here.
All right, do I find anything else with a value?
Yes. You find a door off to the side with a small staircase leading down. Upon investigating it, everybody hears you start hooting and hollering.
What?
As Burl runs down to investigate, he realizes you found an alcohol storeroom.
Oh, good lord.
Well,
oh,
shit.
Goodness.
And you're attempting to shove as many bottles of beer as you can, or spirits, sorry, as you can into your backpack.
How many fit?
You managed to fit, we'll go with 3 bottles of whiskey and a bottle of rum. But there's also wines, meads, and everything. Now, the bottles themselves, everything else had been dusty, right? This room is pristine. There's no sign of aging here.
Except for the aging alcohol.
Yes.
Yes.
However, nothing is covered in dust.
That is extremely out of the ordinary given everything else that we have seen.
Experimentally, one of you decides to crack open a bottle of wine. Someone just roll me a d8 real quick.
I will.
Just one of you. Make sure it's only one of you.
Oh, okay.
4. The bard is the one to open it. I was literally going in order of who was 1 through 4.
I didn't pick it.
So the bard experimentally uncorks one of the bottles of wine, and expecting it to have turned into vinegar by this point, takes a swig. The wine is sweet. Like it's been aged perfectly.
Okay. With all the weird shit that's happened since we came here, this is both the weirdest and the best.
The party will make an effort of passing the opened wine bottle around as to not waste it.
Yeah, Burl's going to start getting a very contemplative look on his face at this point and start eyeing everyone else kind of carefully.
So, I'm having the time of my life in this room.
Sarge is just sitting over in the corner. There's already 3 bottles of whiskey empty around him.
Go without me. Kind of looked before. You're
3 already. I was only in there for 2 minutes.
Big guy. And how many bottles of wine did I down?
So far, the rest of the party has only had the 1.
I'm just gonna sit here and watch.
So, having seen what your staff or what the bottom of your spear can do, Mika will mention to you that she found the same pattern in the Great Hall.
Yeah, in the other room over here, there's that same pattern. Could it mean something?
Well, considering that I'm pretty sure the bottom of my spear is possibly some kind of key, I'm guessing that's a yes. So I'm gonna go investigate that.
I need more granola. Hold on,
Burl will.
I'm gonna go get another bag of granola. I'll be back in like 2 seconds.
Are you eating a fucking chipmunk?
What? It's a healthy snack.
A raw bag of granola, you savage.
They're granola clusters.
Absolute monster.
They're incredibly healthy. Yes,
Cheetos.
No insane eats raw granola.
Yeah, backpackers and hikers do.
Yeah, neither of them are sane. Your point?
Well,
You think Zach is sane?
I find it hilarious that y'all are saying that when you have a character that is literally a mad scientist.
Yes. Even madness makes sense in the face of that shit.
Granted, he's not so far gone. Leo's not so far gone that he'll.
Okay, I have returned with
a
a. I have returned with a bag of cinnamon oat granola with flaxseed.
Jesus.
Oh, flaxseed. You had me until you said that.
Yeah, change your tune real quick, didn't you?
So, as you go to investigate the Great Hall, you quickly find out, upon attempting to test out the theory of your spear being the key. What? Drake? Where'd your what go? I'm confused by what you're looking for.
Drake's talking?
No, he just messaged me. This actually smells really good. Oh, okay. I know it. Okay, Drake is playing Minecraft while we're doing this. Sorry, Drake. It's in the EMC table.
Give him nothing.
EMC, that sounds like fun.
I can't see that. It's on your table, not mine.
No, I thought I set the table up to be shared. Hold on, give me a minute. I'm coming.
Oh, come on.
Wait, whoa.
Jesus,
what Minecraft you guys playing?
Tekkit.
Oh, it is so good. I'm playing MCE right now.
I can DM and play Minecraft at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'll just start up a Hearts of Iron 4 playthrough
Oh, that is really good.
Let me just go jump into chess real quick. Let me go see if I can find a grandmaster to kick my ass.
Okay, so
it's not hard. They're willing to.
So as you investigate the Great Hall, you insert the butt of your staff or your spear. Why do I keep calling it a staff? You insert the butt of your spear into the hole in the pedestal, and the doors in front of you begin to swing open. As I'm just going to assume the entire party is there by this point. As the doors begin swinging open, you are all blinded. Bright light comes pouring through the crack in the door. And as it swings open wider, you eventually, as the doors come to a stop, and as your eyes adjust, notice a thick forest in front of you.
What?
Forest?
Yep.
Forest down here? Burrow's got to yank his spear out of the ground and very cautiously make his way forward.
So, as you step through, the first thing you notice is that this forest is not entirely underground. The walls around you rise up probably thousands of feet, but there's no ceiling. As the walls curve up to where there should be a ceiling, there's not. There's just an open hole.
That's something you don't see every day.
For those of you who are educated, you come to quickly realize that you are standing in the caldera of a volcano.
Oh, fun.
Oh, lovely.
And an entire forest has spawned there.
As long as it's not active, we're fine.
Are there any animals?
So there are rivers, or sorry, not really rivers. There are streams running through this. Hey, Drake, come outside for a minute. Come around back. Grab some of the stuff out of here. So as you are rampaging through this now opened valley. Drake, did you just see what's in there? Drake has just discovered my power flower.
Power flower?
Yeah, for Project EMC.
Power flower for
Yes.
EMC.
Yeah. It generates emeralds.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
All right, throw those at me, Drake. Throw the emeralds at me.
Mystical agriculture. Okay.
So, no, not mystical agriculture. Equivalent exchange.
I was talking about the flower.
So,
okay.
As you enter, Drake, what do you need iron for? Anyway, as you enter that, there's will this do, Drake?
Sick.
Anyway,
at least have Drake share his screen. That way we can watch too.
I know. Okay, sorry. So as you enter the caldera, there's lush trees. Everything is peaceful. You feel at peace here. And then as you're scanning around, you notice the small cluster of trees. Where there is probably about 6 or 7 trees that are just absolutely massive. If the walls are thousands of feet high, the trees stand at least 200 or 300.
Wow.
This is interesting.
So they're similar to redwoods.
Mm-hmm.
As big as, yes.
Yeah.
Sounds more like sequoias than anything.
Now, the strange thing begins to happen. You notice that on the biggest of the trees, there seems to be stairs. Not carved out of the wood, but grown out of the wood.
What?
Odd.
Okay, that's definitely not normal.
It's not.
Chalk that up to something you don't see every day.
The other thing you notice is that there appears to have been, at one point, paths. You can barely see them. They're overgrown, and the forest has very quickly overtaken them. However, it's enough that you can begin making your way there.
Yeah, okay. This place has been inhabited before. And to be perfectly frank, I don't know if I trust anyone or anything that can grow what looks like stairs out of a tree.
Well,
but I am too curious to leave that alone, so I'm going to go check that out.
I mean, it is possible, but that just takes a lot of time.
Well, Dark, you would be the most familiar with what could have done this as a learned man. You can assume that is the work of Ogier.
Ogier?
They're large, friendly tree giants.
Yeah, they're weird.
And the Borderlander would know of another one, similar to the Ogier, who are known as the Green Men.
Ooh. How interesting.
Yes.
Well, my curiosity is piqued. Let's see what this is all about.
Would I have learned about any of this at the tower, by the way?
Would you learn anything about what?
What you were just talking about.
Oh, actually, yes. I forgot what your background is. Yes, you know what the Ogier are.
Okay.
Not the Green Men, but you do know what the Ogier are. They've visited Ebon Dower every once in a while to just check up on the stonework.
Oh, okay.
Can I be an idiot and just walk up the stairs?
So, Daka makes his way to the large tree and begins walking up the stairs. Having made his way to the top,
hands on his knees.
There is a single figure in the center of the room, leaning up against what looks to be a table grown out of the wood.
Burl scrambles for his spear upon seeing this.
Mika would recognize it as one of the green men. And strangely, it would look at her. It would look at you, Burl. It's weak. Its knees are weak, its arms are heavy.
Talon, I realize you're involved in the blocky machinations of taking over the world, but could you please?
I am focused, so...
No, you're not. That's a filthy lie, you know.
We have proof on deck on Drake's stream.
So, it reaches out to you, Daka. Not physically. Mentally.
Because that'd be too easy. Yeah, right. Get on with the mind rape.
Yep. Basically, you're gonna have a series of flashing images that go through your mind, basically detailing the fall of some ancient tree kingdom. At the hands of the Dark One, trees are burning, people are dying, things are happening. And...
I feel like you're skipping through this because you've already done it once before. You don't want to bother, and I feel like that's the easy way out. And I feel insulted by your unwillingness to carry through with this literary masterpiece. And the sheer lack of hard work ethic I'm sensing out of you right
now. Even
all right,
I'm underwhelmed.
So, going through this story from the beginning.
Yes. I want to know what they ate for breakfast before they died.
Through your mind, you see a cluster of trees similar to this, but it stretches on for miles. Different races, different people mill around. You can see groups of people that you've never seen before. Some of them look like this figure in front of you. Others look like gentle giants. You can only assume that the ones you're seeing, well, you don't really assume, you know that these figures are the Ogier. And some of them are the Green Men. Time seems to be progressing in this world at a rapid rate. I say, Drake, you may need to go save the villagers. Time progresses quick. You watch as first the horizon turns red. A large beam of light, dark light, I should say, shoots into the sky. Time progresses a little further, and things have changed. You see these once peaceful giants wielding great axes as they fight off horned monstrosities in the streets. You see the earth ripple and the sky burn. The seas boil. Things have changed. You see these people now left to wander. They have no homes left. And eventually, you see them meeting up with another group. A group of people who you can only assume are survivors of the breaking of the world. Time progresses further, and you see a small group of green men and a larger group of Ogier building this place up. Around them, you watch as a city rises. Except you can't exactly call it a city. It's more of a bastion. You see large towers of white stone. You see, for a time, there was peace here. And that peace was broken. You see the same horned monsters, eyeless ones, large, grotesque creatures that your mind wants to call worms, attacking this place. And then you see a great ball of fire. Time goes slow here, until you eventually just watch as this place falls apart. It's forgotten, overgrown. Except for this one figure here before you, who simply addresses you as my child. And you see no more.
Cool, you were born from a tree.
Burl says nothing. I assume he's just been kind of convulsing on his feet.
Nope, you've been on your knees, your hands on your knees, just staring for 3 hours.
Oh! So everyone else is just like taking up positions in the
Are we doing
tree
anything
fort.
else during that 3 hours?
Nope, like, you guys are just watching as he stares dead on with this weird dying tree man, who the Borderlander seems to be worshipping.
Leo is probably standing there looking very, very confused.
As Daka's trip comes to an end, he seems to come back to normal. He lifts his head and looks around, and you all notice that the figure, which had once still been green, has turned brown and wilted.
Burl is going to crawl over to him quite frantically all of a sudden.
Granddad? Granddad?
Hey, hush. Let me have this. He says nothing. However, as this tall figure scrambles across the ground, those who looking could see track marks on his face. He reaches the figure as it slumps against the table and falls to his side, and then grabs the shoulders and pulls it into his lap as he goes crisscross and cradles it against him. He says nothing to all of you, but merely holds it and cradles its head. Is it dying or dead?
It is gone. Like I said, it went brown and wilty.
It did die immediately.
Yeah. Well,
right.
no. To you, it seems like it died immediately. The others watched as it slowly turned brown and decayed.
Right. Burl is now about 3 seconds from being catatonic. He has this thing, this person in his lap, and his mouth is moving, no words come out. He's just staring at it. He does not respond to any stimuli.
Okay.
So the Borderlander is going to walk over to him, having seen all of this, and just place her hand on his shoulder. My friend, there is nothing you can do for him now.
I'm still asleep.
Earl said bobbles a little bit, but otherwise he's just kind of not there at the moment.
She'll just kind of take her hand back and stand there and watch him.
So, as he is left to grieve, the rest of you begin exploring the valley. It's pretty slow going at first. looking here, looking there, that sort of thing. So you really just, some of you begin clearing out the pasts and whatnot. Others begin looking for, the original goal, which was a way out of here. Eventually, one of you finds that you can only assume you came through the south gate. You discover there is a north, a west, and an east gate. As far as you can tell, the east gate leads out. There's a staircase leading up, and it is probably, as far as you can tell, your best guess at a way out.
You said that was which way?
East.
What if we go north?
You can, but the original goal set by the party was to get out of here by not needing to climb the rope.
Fair enough, fair enough.
So,
I'm just wondering what the dumbest thing I can do is.
Is anyone going to be brave enough to explore outside the gate and try to find your way back?
Sure.
What's the worst that could happen?
I will. Yeah, what could go wrong?
We're going to say a party made up of Jal, the bard, and the assassin. Head out. You guys are able to pretty quickly find your way back to the carts and the horses. And having gathered them up, something compelled you to bring them back to the valley you just found. Which the other person who did not go with you, which would be Dark Moon, has decided to investigate a few more of the tunnels, looking for more scientific things if he can find them.
Roll investigation.
I also look around with him.
Oh yeah, that's right. Nep, you're there too. Yeah, you can look around if you want, the two of you.
All right. Well, I just fucking have a really shitty luck tonight.
We'll see what Dark gets.
18.
All right. So, Dark, you find a bit of an odd room. The two of you do. Heading out the north gate a little bit. You find what at first you thought was just a smithy. However, as you enter the back room of the smithy, you find all sorts of vials and beakers. There's a strange machine here with a handle on it that you've noticed that one of the vials seems to slot into, and when you turn the handle, the thing spins.
My.
As a craftsman and an alchemist, this room is essentially a wet dream for you.
Oh,
I said, oh my.
Am I with the craftsman?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
I am. Leo is all but salivating.
There is all sorts of scientific instruments, grindstones for making powders.
I'm sure a few mortar and pestles as well.
What the fuck?
There's even some form of odd table. The way you assume it works is you put a piece of wood or metal in between the two sides of it, and using the pedals on the ground, you make it spin, and you can then place a chisel or a blade of some kind against it and whittle things down.
So it is a wood lathe.
Yeah, or it can be used for metal too.
I don't think we can spin things fast enough for the metal, but unless it's a soft metal, but that is. He is familiar with a wood lathe. Leo is familiar with a wood lathe.
Oh yeah, this room very quickly becomes your little base of operations. This is your laboratory. This is where you can make your wild dreams possibly come true. If you were ever to have a chance at building a functioning prototype, or a more functioning version of your prototype, I should say, this would be it.
After examining everything, Leo is just like, oh, the things I can come up with in this room.
He's just spinning around in the middle of the room, arms wide out,
no, actually,
laughing.
Here, let me show you. Let me show you what Leo is doing.
I was just making a joke about the whole mad scientist thing.
Well, it's half a joke. He is very much a avid tinkerer, but he is just going around the room like he is trying to contain himself as best he can, so he doesn't come across as too crazy.
Yeah.
Trust me, Almus is not going to think you're crazy. He speaks to wolves.
That he finds crazy. That Leo would find crazy if he said that. But still, I mean, he is still trying to contain himself because he is not sure if he is awake right now yet. In a way. With all this going on, it's like, is this a dream? Is this reality? What
is this?
Almus is gonna pinch Leo.
Is this just fantasy?
Yeah, so Almus is just gonna pinch Leo.
Ow!
You looked like you were in shock. At least now you know you're not dreaming.
Indeed.
Has Burl returned from his acid trip dreams yet? Grief.
Burl, upon coming to and not seeing anyone nearby.
I mean, you have standing right
Mika,
next to you.
like right next to you.
Right. Upon returning to the land of the living, he kind of unfolds himself from under this individual and then reverently gathers him up in his arms. And can't quite.
As you begin to try to gather him up in your arms, he begins to crumble away.
You bitch.
Like dirt.
You motherfucker.
All things turn to dirt eventually, Daka.
Yeah, I'd rather have buried him first and have his like times 10 great granddad crumble to dirt in his arms, you fucking monster.
Fucking heartless bastard.
What Leo had to do to his own parents.
Right. Upon seeing this, Burl kind of stifles a very odd sound coming out of his throat, just kind of
choking sound.
Yeah, like okay. It takes out his one of his sacks, one of his little pouches, and gathers up most of the dirt into one said pouch.
Okay.
Tries to ignore the rest and cinches it up tight before standing once again and looking at the woman whose name he never actually got. Kind of belatedly holds out his hand and wrist.
Kind of
for you to shake and greet. I can't hear you at the moment. 1 sec.
Better?
All right, yes.
Okay. So I would take his hand and be like, whatever you just saw, you know, it obviously was hard for you. Are you okay?
That remains to be seen. Thank you for the concern. Anyhow, right. Well, I'm not gonna touch that right now.
We should go
for a while.
Catch up with the others.
How long was I out?
It's from when you woke up from your acid trip to how long it took you to grieve. We're gonna say another maybe 2 hours have passed, so 5 hours in total.
God,
long enough for them to return with the carts and the horses, and long enough for Science Man to have found his science laboratory.
All right, so the others are down in the glade. Is what I'm asking her.
Yes, they've moved on. I stayed with you.
Thank you. Right, I know what this place is now. I know a great many things now. I think I need to speak to you all at once. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I can actually stand up on my own right now. Can you help me up?
I reach down and help him to his feet.
And that is where we'll end the session for the night. Unless everyone wants to continue. If people want to continue, it's fine.
I mean, I've got nothing else really planned to
continue
tomorrow.
Yeah, I've got to work tomorrow, so I would have to kind of sneak out here.
Yeah, so that's what I was like. I have to work tomorrow.
I'm pretty sure Drake does as well.
That's assuming Drake hasn't gone running off on some grand adventure in Minecraft.
From the looks of it, he has.
Drake, I had a mission for you and you ran away.
He's in the middle of some forest.
You never told me said mission, so I ran.
You never responded in chat.
Are you a dog?
Hey, Zach, is there a way I could